डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी।
Welcome to the Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University. Myself Pooja Gandhi. We are in the series of the lecture that is the Digital Electronics and Computer Organization, right? Today we will start the unit 2 of the block 1, that is the Boolean algebra. Okay. In the last lecture, in the last some lecture series, we have seen the number system. Okay. Now first of all, what is the normal algebra? Before we start the Boolean algebra, what is the normal algebra? So algebra is about to finding the unknown variable value from the equation. Fine. And that equation may contain some matrices, some complex numbers, some vectors also. That is the normal algebra. Suppose we are having one equation, that is the x square minus 4 equal to 0. Suppose we are having one equation, that is the x square minus 4 equal to 0. Fine, x square minus 4 equal to 0, and suppose we want to find the value of x from that equation x square minus 4 equal to 0. This is, we can say, this is the normal algebra. Fine. In the Boolean algebra, we will use the numbers only 0 and 1, that is the Boolean algebra. Okay. What is the Boolean algebra? It can use only 0 and 1, and it is useful to simplify the digital circuit. Digital circuit, how will create the digital circuit? We will create the digital circuit using the gates, which we have seen in the previous lecture. Okay. Now before we start the Boolean algebra, before we understand the some theory of the Boolean algebra, that is the some rules and identities of the Boolean algebra, first we will see the set theory, the basic concept of the set theory, because that rules and theorems of the Boolean algebra is much more related to the set theory rules. Fine. So first is the, we'll just revise the set theory. I think you all studied in the your school time. Fine. What is the U? It is the universal set. We can consider it is as the largest set. Phi is the null set, the smallest value. Okay. Phi doesn't contain any value. Okay. U is the symbol of the union. This is the symbol of the intersection. Okay, and normally the sets in the set theory are denoted by the capital letters. Okay, which are the operations on the set we can perform? That is, one is the union, one is the intersection, one is the complement. Okay, now see, these are the operations on the set. We also will, this is the union operation. What is the meaning of union? It will cover all the elements which present in A, either in B or in both. That is the union. What is the meaning of the intersection? This is the symbol of the intersection. What is the operation behind the intersection? It will cover all the elements which must present in both A and B. Okay, it will cover all the elements which present in both A and B. Fine. Now next we will see the example. Suppose our A is 1 2 3 and B is 2 3 4. Suppose our A is 1 2 3 and B is 2 3 4. We will find the union. What is the union? Our universal set is 1 2 3 up to 10. Now we will find the union. A union B is 1 2 3 4. A union B is 1 2 3 4. Why it is 1 2 3 4? Because 1 2 3 is present in A, 2 3 4 is present in B. Fine. We will find the intersection, A intersection B. What is the meaning of the intersection? The common element in A and B. Which are the common element? It is 2 and 3. So output of the A intersection B is 2 and 3, right? Some more operations on the set. A union universal set is always universal set, because U will cover all the elements which also present in A. A intersection universal set is always A, because we have to find the common elements between A and universal set. Fine. A union phi is A. Phi is the null set, right? A intersection phi is phi, because this is the smallest set. A dash equal to, what is the A dash? It also can say to be complement of A. It is the element of universal set minus the element of A. We will see the example. In the previous exam, we have seen the previous slide, and where U equal to 1 to 10, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, right? So A dash equal to, what is A dash? The element which present in U but not present in A. The element which present in U but not presented in A. Fine. So which are the element that present in A? That is 1 2 3. So our answer of A dash is 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, right? we'll see some more operations for the set theory. A union A is always A intersection A is always A complement also is always A. Fine. Suppose our in the last example we have seen what is the value of A dash, it is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, if we want to find A dash dash, that's again will give us 1, 2, 3, because the element except 4 to 10, that is will come into the A dash dash. Fine. What is the meaning of A complement? That is universal set minus A's element, that means A complements element. Fine. So, what is in U? It is 1 to 10, and we will subtract 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fine. So, the output is 1, 2, 3. Okay. These are some more operations on the set theory. A union A dash is always U, because these two are, we can say, inverse or complement of each other. A intersection A dash will give always 5, because there is no common element in A and A dash, right. Now, we will see the De Morgan's law in the set theory. A union B dash equal to, what is the De Morgan's law? A dash union is replaced by the intersection and the B's complement, that is B dash. If A intersection B dash, then the output is A dash union B dash. Okay. This is the De Morgan's law, we already know. Fine. Now, we will start the Boolean theorems and laws. Now, see, we will relate these Boolean terms to the set theory operation. Fine. We will relate these Boolean terms with the set theory. First, we will see the first operation, but remember, in the Boolean algebra we can use only the digit, that is the 0 and 1. Okay. Only the digit, that is 0 and 1. Now, our first operation, suppose we are doing x plus 0, x plus 0. Now, we will consider 0 as the smallest element, okay, 1 as the largest element, same as we consider in the set theory, phi is the smallest set and u is the universal, that is the largest set. Same way in the Boolean algebra, we will consider 0 as the smallest element and 1 as the highest element, right, okay, plus as the union, and dot as the intersection, okay, plus as the union and dot as the intersection, and we will perform the operation. So, what is the output of x plus 0? What is the meaning of the 0? It is the smallest element, okay, it is the smallest element. What is the meaning of the plus? What we will consider for the plus? So, we will consider the output of the plus is always the greater element, because the output of union is always the larger. Fine. So, x plus 0 equal to x, okay, x plus 0 equal to x. So, what we will get in this x plus 0 equal to x, that is why we will get mirror image of the x, and that is why we can say this 0 is the identity element. In our normal operation, while we are using the decimal system, 0 is the identity element, fine, 0 is the identity element with respect to the operation plus, 1 is the identity element with respect to the operation multiplication. Why? Because if we multiply any number by 1, we will get the mirror image of that number, fine. Next, x plus 1. Now, what is the output of x plus 1? So, x is any one element, 1 is the highest element. So, what is the meaning, what the operation will perform by plus? Plus will give always the answer which is the highest element from the input, okay. So, the highest element is 1, so our output is 1. We will find dual of this. What is the meaning of the dual? In the dual, plus is replaced by dot, and if there are the dot, we will replace that by plus, okay. So, this is x will remain as it is, this plus is replaced by dot, 0 is replaced by 1, okay. Now, what is x dot 1? What is the meaning of the dot, or how we can relate this dot to the set theory? Okay, it is, we can consider this as the intersection. Now, what is the output of the intersection? Intersection will find always the smallest element, otherwise the common element, fine. So, in the Boolean algebra, it will try to find the smallest element. Now, x dot 1, what is the meaning of the 1? What is the meaning of the 1? So, meaning of the 1, that is the highest element, the meaning of the 1, that is the highest element. So, x, the output of the x dot 1 is 1 and the output of the x dot 0 is x, right. Next, this is called the idempotent laws or idempotent theorem. X plus will give always the output x, and x into x will always give the output x. Likewise, A union A will give the output A. A union A will give the output A. A intersection A is always give the output A. Fine. Next is the complement. What is A union A dash? A union A dash. This A union A dash is always give the output universal set. Likewise, here x plus x dash, that always give the output highest element, that is 1. Okay. Same way we will write the dual of this. X as it is, plus is replaced by dot, x dash as it is. What is x dot x dash, or we can say what is A intersection A dash, that is always phi, that is the smallest element. So, here the output is 0 because 0 is the smallest element in the Boolean algebra, right. Next is the involution theorem. We have seen in the set theory A complement complement. Likewise, we have seen, will see here x dash dash. So, the output is x obviously, right. Now, next is the commutative law. What is the commutative law in the normal number system? Suppose we want to check plus is the commutative operation or not. How we will check? We will try to add two numbers. One number is 2, the second number is 3. What is the output of 2 plus 3? It is 5. What is the output of 3 plus 2? It is always 5. So, that means there is no importance of the order while we are doing add operation or while we are doing addition operation. Fine. This is the commutative law. A plus B equal to B plus A, this is the commutative law. So, in the Boolean algebra, x plus y equal to y plus x. We can write the dual of this, it is also true, x dot y equal to y dot x. We just replace plus by dot. Fine. Next is the associative law. What is the associative law in the normal number system? The associative law is, suppose we want to add 1 plus 2 plus 3. First we will add 1 plus 2 and then we will add 3 in the first, this is the first case, and in the second case first we will add 2 plus 3 and then we will add 1 to the answer. In both the cases we will get the same answer. Okay. So, we can say that plus is the associative operation. Okay. Next we are taking the example of the multiplication. Suppose we multiply 1 into 2 into 3. First we will multiply 1 into 2, then we multiply 3. Okay. Otherwise, first we multiply 2 into 3 and with the answer we multiply 1. In both the cases we will get the same answer. In both the cases we will get the same answer, right. So, this is the associative law, and same way associative law also holds in the Boolean algebra, right. X plus y plus z, x plus y plus z equal to x plus y plus z. That means, suppose first we perform this operation x plus y and then with the answer of this we perform the plus operation with the z. Whatever the answer in this case, that will be same if we perform first y plus z and then we will add x to it. Fine. We will write dual of this. What is the dual of this? The dual of this is plus is replaced by dot. So, x dot y dot z equal to x dot y dot z. Which is the difference? What is the difference among these two? In this case first we will perform x dot y and in the next case first we will perform y dot z. In both the cases our answer will remain same. Okay. This is the associative law. What is the difference in associative law and commutative law? In the commutative law we will check the two elements a plus b equal to b plus a, otherwise x plus y equal to y plus x, otherwise x dot y equal to y dot x. Fine. And in the associative law the participating elements are, here is this 3, x plus y plus z, fine, otherwise x dot y dot z. Okay. How we will write the dual? We will replace plus by dot, otherwise dot by plus, right. Now, see, next is the distributive law. What is the distributive law? So, first of all, see, in the distributive law for the normal number system, suppose we are having a cross b plus c. What we will do in this? First we can perform a cross b plus a cross c. That means, first we will multiply a with b, a with c and then we will add this. First we will multiply, suppose our input is A cross in the bracket B plus C. What we will do? First we multiply A with B, then we multiply A with C, and then we will add those output. Fine. Otherwise, or we will add those answer. This is known as the distributive law. So, we will see the same in the Boolean algebra, the distributive law. Okay, what is the distributive law in the Boolean algebra? So, distributive law in the Boolean algebra is x dot y plus z equal to x dot y plus z equal to x dot y plus x dot z. Okay, x dot y plus z equal to x dot y plus x dot z. In this, which operation is distributive? In this case, dot is distributive over plus. Fine, because we open the bracket and outside the operation is dot. Okay, we will see the next case also. What is in the next case? We are having x plus y dot z. Okay, x plus y dot z. Now, this is also the distributive law. What we will do first? First, we will do x plus y dot x plus z, x plus z. Fine. In this case, our plus is distributed or distributive over z, because plus is outside the bracket in the left side. Plus is outside the bracket in the left side. So, we can say plus is distributive. In this case, dot is distributive. Now, see how Boolean algebra some operations are differ from the normal number system. For example, in the normal number system, if we add 1 plus 1, it will give the output 2. If we will add 1 plus 1, it will give the output 2. But in the Boolean algebra, if we will add 1 plus 1, it will give the output 1. If we will do 1 plus 1, it will give the output 1. Because what is the meaning of plus? Plus has the plus means the will find highest element, and 1 is the highest element, means we have to find highest element from 1 and 1. Fine. So, 1 is the highest element, so output is 1. Same way in the normal number system, suppose we will do x plus x. In the normal number system, suppose we will do x plus x. What is the output? Output is 2x, 2 times x. But in the Boolean algebra, the output will remain x, and this is called the idempotent property. Fine, this is called the idempotent property. I am repeating again, 0 is considered as the smallest element in the Boolean algebra, 1 is considered as the highest element in the Boolean algebra. Okay, where the Boolean algebra and normal algebra are different. So, in the normal algebra, if we will do 1 plus 1, it will give the output 2. Okay, but in the Boolean algebra, if we will do 1 plus 1, it will give the output 1, because the meaning of the plus is it's trying to find the highest element from the 2 element, and 1 is considered as the highest element in the Boolean algebra, because Boolean algebra is the algebra which only use the bits 0 and 1. While normal algebra is the algebra that can use the different variables, different vector, different matrices. It can use any number like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, any number. Fine. So, next is the, see, first of all, it's not compulsory to relate the Boolean algebra to the set theory, but if you relate the Boolean algebra with the set theory, means suppose you relate your plus operation with the union, and intersection plus operation with the union, and dot with the intersection, then you will miss your Boolean algebra will make very simpler. Fine. Next is the De Morgan's law. We have already seen the De Morgan's law in the set theory. What is the De Morgan's law in the set theory? The De Morgan's law in the set theory is, suppose we are having A union B, and we want to find the complement of A union B, that means A union B whole dash. What is the output? The output first will make the complement of A, that is A dash, then it will make the complement of union, that is intersection, and then it will make the complement of B, that is B dash. Okay, that is the case with the set theory. Okay, we will see the next, suppose we will have A intersection B in the set theory, and we want to find the complement of A intersection B. Fine. How will find? We have to apply the De Morgan's law. What is the De Morgan's law? First we will do A intersection B whole dash. That means we want to find the complement of whole A intersection B. So first we will find the complement of A, that is A dash. Then we will find the complement of intersection, that is union, and then we will find the complement of B, that is B dash, right. So in the Boolean algebra, Boolean theorems and laws, the De Morgan's law is like same as the set theory. First we will have x, our left side, that is x plus y dash. So how will it perform? First we will make the complement of this x, that is x dash, then we will make the complement of this plus, that is dot, and then we will make this complement of y, that is y dash, right. So our output is x dash dot y dash. We will write the dual of this. What is the dual of this? X in the place of x, plus is replaced by dot, y will remain same, fine. Now we will find the complement of x dot y whole dash. I am repeating what we will do if this is the scenario in the set theory. In the set theory, suppose we are having A intersection B, and suppose we want to find the complement of A intersection B, then what we will do? First we will find the complement of A, that is A dash, okay. Then we will find the complement of intersection, that is union, and then we will find the complement of B, that is B dash, right. So in here what we will do? First we will make the complement of x, that is x dash, then we will make the complement of this dot, that is, then we will make the complement of that dot, that is plus, and then we will make the complement of y, that is y dash, okay. So first of all, what we have seen in the today's lecture? First we have seen the importance of the Boolean algebra, how we can first of all we have seen the importance of the Boolean algebra, fine. Then we have seen what is the normal algebra. What is the normal algebra? It can use all the digit, variable, matrices, etc., vectors, fine. And from any equation, if we trying to find the unknown from that equation, that means we trying to find the value of the unknown from that equation, then that is called the normal algebra. In the Boolean algebra we are applying the same, but our digits are, we can use the only two symbols, that is 0 and 1, fine. We will apply the logical operation on the Boolean algebra in next lecture, fine. And next what we have seen some concept of the set theory, how these sets are represent. To denote the sets we have to use the capital letter, okay. What is the universal set? It is the U. It is considered as the highest set. Which is the smallest set? It is the 5, that is also called the null set, fine. Union is the operation which cover all the element from both of the set which is given in the input, fine. What is in the intersection? The next operation, intersection. What is in the intersection? Intersection will try to find the common element from the both the set which is given in the input. What is the complement? Complement means the element which are present in the universal set but not present in the set. Suppose we want to find the complement of A, then what we will do? First we will find U, universal set, and then subtract all the element of A from that universal set, okay. Next in this lecture we have started the Boolean algebra. First we have seen which is the identity element for the Boolean algebra. Which is the identity element for the Boolean algebra? So remember one thing, without knowing the operation, without not knowing the operation, we cannot give the answer of the identity element. For example, suppose anyone is asking me what is the identity element for the numbers 0 to 9. So I cannot give the answer because I don't know the operation, that means which operation is performed for that number, which operation is going to perform on that number. But suppose one is saying which is the identity element for the operation plus, then we can say the answer, the identity element for plus is 0. Why it is 0? Because it will give, if we do the operation of that identity element with any element, then it will give always mirror image, fine. What is the identity element for the multiplication? It is 1. So in the Boolean algebra, the same will follow. If your operation is plus, your identity element will remain 0, if your operation is plus, your identity element will remain 0, and if your operation is dot, then your identity element will remain 1. Why so? Because what is the meaning of plus? Plus is trying to find the highest element. Plus is trying to find the highest element from x and 1, sorry, x and 0. So, which is the highest element? Highest element is x. Okay. So, x plus 0 equal to x in the Boolean algebra, and x dot 1, what is the output of the x dot 1? So, x dot, what is the output of the x dot 1? The output of the x dot 1, what is the meaning of the dot? Means how will relate the dot in the set theory? So, dot has, we can relate to the intersection operation in this set theory. So, what is the meaning of the intersection? It will try to find the common element, otherwise it try to find the common element, otherwise it try to find the smallest element in the Boolean algebra. Try to find the smallest element in the Boolean algebra. So, if we will write x dot 1 in the Boolean algebra, the output will remain x, because from x and 1 the smallest element is x, because we consider 1 as the highest element. Okay, because we consider 1 as the highest element. What is the meaning of dual in the Boolean algebra? We just replace plus by dot, dot by plus, that is the dual. And what is the complement? Complement has the same meaning that we have seen in the set theory, right? In the next lecture, we will see some more operation using the gates in the Boolean algebra. Okay, thank you.